Happy, what is it, Real Estate Day?
It's National Real Estate Day.
National Real Estate. Because I'm asking this guy because he's one of the guys who came up with that. Larry Cerqua is the president of the Toronto Real Estate Board, and I am so sorry we only have a few minutes to talk because I think we could do an hour-long show with you right now, considering what's going on in the real estate market in Toronto. So National Real Estate Board. So you and a bunch of guys sitting around having some coffees, from what I understand, came up with National Real Estate Day.
Actually, National Real Estate Day was, it wasn't just coffee, but yes, there was a few drinks there. But actually, truth is, it was one of our directors, a good friend of mine, Paul Etherington, actually, who came up with this idea, initiated it. So we wanted to give back to the, to the home buyers, because these home buyers work extremely hard to hold that home. Just like we were talking about that earlier.
It's the Canadian dream.
It is the Canadian dream, and let's be honest, that neighborhood, that that feel to go back home and enjoy the neighborhood, the community, positive aspects of it from a family point of view, kids growing up, going to Seb's Cappuccino or Johnny's Donuts or whatever you want to do, right? It's that whole thing. You're doing it too.
We go to our Tim Hortons. Just want to pass that on to you, Larry. And you know what? It is true. I think more and more now people who own any sort of property now are thanking their lucky stars. They do in this red hot market when we have $1 million properties here in Toronto. Never thought I'd live in a $1 million house, but wow, lo and behold.
That actually could be on the island too.
We'll talk about that later.
Just say it.
There's a whole different controversy brewing over there, my friend. So let's talk. You know what? I've just at random, I've picked three of the hot areas here in Toronto, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're hot, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
Okay, if we can write it up.
East York, detached home is up 31.44% from last year, detached about 987,000. East York is a nice, traditional area. It has been there. There are neighborhoods that have been well established. It is neat. It is tidy. It is close enough to the Don Valley Parkway and to the lake. Well, am I close?
You're close, but it's also, the beautiful thing about that, it's also close to transit. Subway lines, a lot of the streets, like side streets like the Strathmores, the Queensdale, Salmon, that. You have hospitals that are close, schools are very close. And East York has always been a family type area. I mean, this just as an example, right? You had another example you were telling me earlier, and I said, let's talk about that one too.
Okay. Go. All right, Pickering. All right, let's talk Pickering. Up 32% over last year, detached at 794. Okay, Pickering, beautiful community. Relatively new, although there's some older portions of Pickering that a lot of people are discovering. It is close to Toronto without being Toronto. It has good transit, both with Durham Transit and with GO Transit. So transit was obviously important to you.
Very much.
Newer schools.
Yeah, well, here's something else, though, too. They avoid that land transfer tax in Toronto. So you can move into the Pickering area, you avoid this tax, and on top of that, you might get a detached property that's going to have one hell of a larger lot, and then you're going to get in the city of Toronto.
All right, I'm going to try one more. Etobicoke. I love Etobicoke. Very, very familiar with Etobicoke. I think it is, again, we talk about the tradition. Tradition is very important, I think, being established. But I think there's room for advancement, and we've seen so much room for advancement in Etobicoke, and a lot of change and a lot of modernization. 427, Gardner Expressway, Bloor Kipling area, subways, GO trains.
The West itself has done extremely well, and Etobicoke is another area, just like I would say the East York area. You got South Etobicoke, North Etobicoke, but you know what? The reality is that it's a great time for all home ownership across Canada, and especially in the Ontario area, our GTA that we're talking about today, and that's why National Real Estate Day is a big day for us. Okay, so in order to celebrate, he came bearing gifts. We did. So in order to celebrate being a homeowner, you got to do a little fix-up stuff, right? We did. And you know what? Today, we're hoping that people that are watching BT today, your viewers, have a chance. We hope one lucky winner is going to get a chance to win $3,000 gift certificate with Rona. That is, and you know what could you do with $3,000? Quite a bit. So that's Rona Home and Garden. Don't forget about that. Garden Center too. Yeah. So it helps with your home ownership dreams. If you want to win that $3,000 prize gift card,
gift card to fix up, do whatever, go to the contest section of our website, breakfasttelevision.ca, and click on contests. I'm going to keep talking to you after the break.
Well, we can.
Fascinating, fascinating.